What is up, everybody? It's just me today. You're very welcome along. God, this feels weird. I haven't been in the studio for a news show in a while. It feels weird seeing myself back in here and not on StreamYard, but it is great to be here. Tuesday, I've decided it's just me and you day today. So I'm going to do the news show. I'm going to do my predictions and my preview for the Newcastle game. And then I'm going to jump over to Twitch and we're going to do a watch along at the Manchester City game later on. So I hope that you can join me for that one. Really appreciate you guys being here. Loads to get through tonight as always. We'll talk about Michael Edwards. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about because it's your show. It's always your show. I'm here to just do what you want to do. So let me know what you want to chat about. We'll do my best to get through it. And look, loads to talk about, my friends, loads to talk about. But before we get stuck into it, as always, it wouldn't be an Anfield Agenda news show without a little ad read, would it? So Christmas is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and you have the opportunity still, although it's getting late, to get yourself 20% off anything store-wide at manscaped.com, including the Lawnmower 4.0 or the Performance Package 4.0, which features the lawnmower, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the ball toner, the ball preserver. You also get the Shed travel bag. You get the... what else is in that? Oh, the boxer brief, yes, my favourite. And loads of other little bits and pieces as well. You can get 20% off anything at manscaped.com and free shipping using the Anfield Agenda discount code WFM20. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Right, I see the first comment there from Michael, and it is about Aubameyang. I'm sure you've all seen that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's been stripped of the Arsenal captaincy. The story apparently goes that he was given time to visit his mother who was ill. He came back, he wanted to get a tattoo. Some people say he missed training. I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently he didn't observe the protocols. The club wanted him to, and it's not the first time he's broken the Arsenal rules, so he has been stripped of the captaincy. So there you go. Anyway, 1 second. Knock on my door. I've got to go. It's just me. 1 second, folks. Sorry. Yeah. It won't be about 10 or 11, right? This will come. Apologies. Yeah, see, that happens when you do live stuff. Just me here, nobody else in the house, and yeah, I had to go get the door. So there you go. Right, so back to Aubameyang. Yeah, he's been stripped of the Arsenal captaincy. And look, it's just not good enough behaviour for somebody that's a captain of a football club to not be leading the way when it comes to breaches of behaviour and stuff like that. You want them to be leading it, so there you go. Gizmo, bed. You could just hear that bang on the door. Yeah, there you go. Had to leg it, sorry. But I am back now. We're all good to go. Apologies about that one. My daughter's at gymnastics. My wife's out shopping. My son's up playing the PlayStation. That was just me. What have we got? Fair play to Arteta. If any was fecked up at work, we'd get disciplined. About time a manager took control. Yeah, look. And to be fair, he's a good striker, Aubameyang, but he's washed. His days are done. He'll score the odd great goal here or there, but he's over. Time to, if I'm Arsenal, I'm looking to start moving Aubameyang out. But look, it's not our problem, is it, to be fair? But what might be our problem, what could be our problem, my friends, is the story that apparently Michael Edwards could be lured to Madrid. So, hang on, I'm waiting. Yeah, he finally jumped up. Waiting for my dog to jump up into his bed. So, you know the story with Newcastle and Michael Edwards. There was talk that they wanted to lure him, but he's no interest in it. But apparently, with the interest from Real Madrid and Michael Edwards, he hasn't immediately rebuffed it. So, you know, I don't want to say he's going to Real Madrid, but certainly I think he might be willing to listen to what they have to say, which would be a good piece of business for Madrid if they could get him there, because we know how good Michael Edwards is. So, yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, the thoughts of Florentino Perez getting his hands on Michael Edwards' brain, I don't know if that sits well with me not being the biggest fan of Florentino Perez, but I can absolutely see how a potential move to Real Madrid to live in a beautiful city, to sample a new culture might appeal to him, particularly with the new Bernabeu that they're, renovating it. It'll be an interesting one. It would be an interesting one, but let's wait and see what Michael Edwards decides to do. But that's the... yeah, that's the big story so far around Liverpool today, is that Michael Edwards could potentially be lured to Real Madrid. So, you know, he rebuffed the interest in Newcastle, but hey, there you go. Craig, if Stuart Atwell is the ref again, I'd like James Redmond to get on the pitch and knock him out. I mean, okay. Hey, that's probably something you could ask James, but there you go. Yeah, nobody likes Perez. I'm with you on that, Siege, mate. Nobody does. Should we head over and do a little Newcastle preview, and then we'll jump back in and we'll talk more Liverpool stuff with regards to transfers and the game coming up against Newcastle. So look, I'm just going to swap scenes, and here we go. Now we'll have a little look at the Newcastle preview. So look, the Reds taking on Newcastle on Thursday, another midweek game. I love them. I love these games under the lights, and I thought it's time that we go through and do the Newcastle prediction. So I'm going to take you through my score prediction, my start 11 prediction, and we'll have a little chat about it and see how you guys feel. So look, we'll start off with the score prediction. I've gone for a 3-0 win, as you can see. Now, I did the Premier League predictions video with James Redmond, where we recorded for the preview one. He went for 5-0. I went for 3-0. But I do think this has the potential for us to absolutely destroy Newcastle. Now, look, this isn't me being disrespectful. This is a fact. Newcastle are not in a great place at the minute. And if you think I'm not talking sense, look at the bookies' odds. The bookies have Liverpool as 1-11 favourites. So if you're not familiar with betting, that means you've got to bet €11 or £11 just to win £1. That's how odds-on favourites Liverpool are to win this game. So look, it is the Premier League and every game is competitive. But that being said, Newcastle need to focus on games, for me, that they can actually pick up points in, and I don't think this is one of them. So if I'm Eddie Howe, I'm focusing towards the weekend, and I think if you get anything from this game, it's going to be a bonus. What I think will happen is Newcastle will come, try to frustrate us, try to sit deep, do what everybody tries to do at Anfield. But again, the key will come if we can get an early goal. And look, Newcastle have some danger, man. We know about Saint-Maximin, very good player. We know about Callum Wilson. You know, he's a good centre forward. But all, in every department of the pitch, we're stronger. We should beat them. We've a better manager. We've got the crowd behind us. It's the Christmas season. It's a nighttime game at Anfield. There's so many reasons why I'm leaning towards a heavy Liverpool win here. And none of it is disrespectful of Newcastle. It's more just knowing how good we are right now, and that's okay, because I mean I did the prediction for I did the reaction to the Champions League draw where we were drawn against Inter, as you know, and I said I think we'll beat them, because I do, and I had loads of people in the comments saying to me that I'm disrespecting Inter, I'm disrespecting Serie A. I'm not. I'm being honest. Serie A is a pale imitation of what it was. Inter Milan are a good team in a very weak league, and I do honestly feel that we beat them quite easily. And my feelings are the same against Newcastle. So look, here's what I think for the predicted starting 11 anyway, and then we'll have a chat about it. Alisson in goal. Now, again, before anybody jumps down my throat, before anybody says, Craig, it'll be Matip, hear me out. I think it'll be Van Dijk and Canade. And the reason is the short turnaround between this game and the trip to London to play Spurs on Sunday. That game, to me, is the one that Jurgen Klopp is going to prioritise as the more difficult game. So I think Canade comes into play on Thursday and Joel will play on Sunday against Spurs. Now look, just my opinion, just a guess, don't jump down my throat, but that's what I think is going to happen. And then moving to the fullbacks, Robbo and Trent for me, don't see any change there. Moving into midfield, I think it's going to be Fabinho, Thiago and Jordan Henderson. Again, there could be arguments that Thiago might need a little rest. Maybe we'll see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in there. Could be right. This is just me having a guess. And I want to see Fabinho and Thiago as many times as possible. So, whilst they're both fit, whilst they're both available, I want to see them play because I really, really enjoy seeing those two in midfield together and seeing how well they complement each other alongside the good work rate, ethic and leadership of Jordan Henderson. So, for me, that's the midfield I want to see. Up top, it got a little bit more complicated here because Sadio's not in the greatest of form. Jota was carrying a knock but played the last half hour or so in the last game. Firmino was back training, but I still wouldn't say he's ready to start. So it was really, do I go for Diogo Jota through the centre or Divock Origi or somebody? And in the end, I went with Diogo Jota because I think the fact that he played the last half hour and hasn't suffered any ill effects, I'm hoping that he's okay for this one. And I'm also backing Sadio Mane to get a goal because it's coming. It's been coming. He's missed a few opportunities and I'm backing him to get one of this one. So for me, Liverpool 11, Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate as the centre backs, Fabinho in the holding role, Thiago Alcantara on the left, Jordan Brian Henderson on the right, El Capitan on the left, Sadio through the centre, Diogo Jota, and on the right, Mohamed Salah. 3-0 win for me, and I'm going to back Mane and Mo to score. Other than that, look, let's see what you guys think. I think Canade should play against Spurs to stop Son. again, that could well happen. So I've got no debate here. If somebody wants to put Matip in for this game and Canade in for Sunday, I can understand it. I just think the fact that it's at home, probably a bit of a better one to ease Canade back in again, and Matip away for the Spurs game. But look, either or, I don't have any issues with it. This is the beauty of having really good centre-backs at the club, so I'm fine. Whoever plays, it's a good thing to be able to say that. Whether it's Canade, whether it's Gomez, whether it's Matip, whether it's Van Dijk, I'm sound. Whether it's Nat Phillips, we've got a great collection of centre-backs that, you know, we would have absolutely loved to have had available last season. But look, I'm not complaining. I'm in a really good place with this team at the minute because we're firing on all cylinders. Everybody knows their job. We're able to rotate and it's not affecting performances. So it's a good time to be a Liverpool fan right now. And these are the moments we've got to enjoy. You know, so many people looking for negatives, looking to find things to moan about. I ain't one of them. I'm absolutely loving life as a Liverpool fan right now. You know, top in the Champions League group with 6 wins from 6. I fancy the draw against Inter. Second leg at Anfield. Yeah, we'll get through that one. League Cup game to look forward to later on in the month against Leicester. And fighting for the Premier League title at the minute with Chelsea and Manchester City. So it's all good as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'm just loving this. This is, to me, and I'm sure to a lot of lads and ladies out there, this time of the year is, you know, we talk about family and we talk about Christmas and we talk about getting together and all this stuff. Fuck that. It's about football. That's what it is for me. Festive season is about football and an ungodly amount of games crammed into a small period of time. And I love it. I love it. People talk about Christmas Day. I don't like Christmas Day. Not because I'm a Grinch. I just find it the most boring day of the year. For me, Boxing Day, St. Stephen's Day as we call it here in Ireland, that's when it kicks off because then the fixtures start coming quick and fast. So I love it. I love all this shit. I do. I love it. I'm at the happiest point as a football fan I've been in ages. So yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. More games. Right, let me just switch scenes back up and we go into the new studio again. Kate said, true, Craig, enjoy it while we can. Remember last year we were top of the league this time last year and it all went Pete Tong. Yes. I think you saying it all went Pete Tong is a bit of an understatement there, Kate. But yeah, we were in a great place last year. And yeah, we were, you're right. We were absolutely flying come December time, got off to a great start. And then eventually, we know what happened. But it isn't going to happen this year. It's not going to happen this year. I still think we're probably more favourable to do well in the Champions League. I think maybe the rigours of the Premier League, the AFCON, the loss of Mo and Sadio may impact us in the league. I think City are probably better placed to grind out the results they need for the Premier League. But look, we're there or thereabouts. And at the start of the season, I predicted Liverpool to finish third, win the Champions League. And look, I'm not going to complain if we get near to that goal. But I do feel it'll be a crying shame if we leave this season without a trophy, which is why I want us to take the League Cup seriously. I know people are going to knock it, but I don't care. I want it. I want the Travelling Reds to have another day out at Wembley. I want to be there. I want to see the lads lifting another trophy. So I hope we take it seriously. It didn't go Pete Tong, more like Boris Johnson. Fair shout, Frisbee Hound. I mean, I can't argue with you, my man. Fair shout. Let me just say a little thank you, by the way, because I haven't spoke to you just one-on-one in ages, really. It's always been me and Chris, or me and Paddy, or me and James, and now it's just us, like the old days for today. So I just want to take a little second out of the day to thank you all for the amazing support you've given the channel, for the great welcome you've given all the new guys. It hasn't gone unnoticed with them. And their families, to be quite honest with you. One thing that I constantly hear from everybody that comes into the channel or starts watching the channel or becomes a member of the channel is the friendliness, the respect, the kindness of you guys who watch, who contribute, who put into the chat. Thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Because we wouldn't be having fun, we wouldn't be smiling, we wouldn't be having this laugh if it wasn't for you guys taking the time out of your day to tune in, to watch, to send the kind words to the guys, and they appreciate it. You know I appreciate it. You know I love you fuckers, but they absolutely appreciate it. And James and Chris and Paddy and all of them, they keep saying to me they didn't expect it. They didn't expect to be as welcomed as they were, and yeah, it means a lot to them, so thank you. Also, little heads up, I am going to be on Twitch for a watch along of the Manchester City game tonight. So if you want to join me over there, 7:45, I'll be there tonight. I'll be there tomorrow night for a watch along as well. So do get over. I know a lot of people of my age perhaps don't have a Scooby-Doo what Twitch is. And that's alright, don't blame yourself. I wouldn't if I wasn't in this industry. So look, it's another platform mainly set up for gaming, but they're trying to really push sports on Twitch. So they've got the likes of the Kickoff. They do the watch-alongs exclusively on Twitch. They have Fabrizio Romano. He does shows on Twitch. And now they've got yours truly, who's doing shows on Twitch. So here's the situation. We have a 3-month trial with Twitch. And by trial, it's not like they're seeing if we're good enough. We're trialing it to see if we can bring an audience across. And if we do, we will continue on Twitch and on YouTube. So you'll get all the Liverpool watch-alongs on YouTube, all the regular shows. That won't change. But Twitch, you'll get rival watch-alongs. You'll get other news shows. But we need it to work. So if you guys can, please do download the Twitch app or go onto the browser, go over, search Anfield Agenda, and give us a follow. It only takes a second, but I can't tell you how much it would mean to us. Because the more we get across, obviously, the better it looks for us. But look, we move on. Rafter said works both ways. Thank you, my man. Thank you. And look, it's always been that way since day one. And it always will be for us on here. Without you guys, we ain't shit. So we love it. We love you. We respect you. We thank you. What have we got? Is Bobby fit? Yes, he is fit. Will he start? I doubt it. I very much doubt it. I think it'll be another case of Bobby getting maybe 30 minutes from the bench, something like that. Like Jota did, because let's not forget, he's coming back from a while out, so the odds of him starting probably fairly slim. But it's great to have him back. It is great to have him back. I hope your subscribers increase as much as your output. Keep up the great stuff. I won't lie, Bill. It has been a little bit worrying. It's gone through a bit of a lull from all Liverpool content. It's not just Anfield Agenda, because we obviously look at our comparables. So we look at the likes of Redmen TV. We look at all the other Liverpool channels. Of course we do, to keep an eye on them, to see how the numbers are, to see how our comparables are. And one thing that we have actually noticed over the course of the 4 years we've been doing this is, so if you're to do a tree, like a tier system of fans who are active on social media with regards to the football clubs, United fans, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans are quite low. It's nowhere near as interactive. It's tougher to break the Liverpool audience, trust me. But yeah, I'm having loads of fun. I don't care. If 100 people show up, if 10,000 people show up, as long as somebody's here, we'll have a bit of a laugh. Can you believe John Moss is only 51, looks more like he's 60? Now look, Hayden, I'm not anybody in a fit position to talk about anybody else's physical condition. You know what I mean? But what I will say is how John Moss is able to pass the tests that referees need to go through each season before the league, I question. Because look, I make a joke to say John Moss is the referee. The referee's the best 1/3 of the middle of a football pitch possible. But it kind of is true. In my eyes, when I watch John Moss, he's never able to keep up with the game. So yeah, but look, it just goes to say how bad the officiating is and how there's a lack of depth in the officiating in the Premier League. Who's Michael Edwards? Really? Really, Nathan? Who's Michael Edwards? He's Liverpool's current sporting director. He's the man who was responsible for many of the great transfer dealings and many of the wage increases that the lads have gotten as well. So Michael Edwards is a genius, and he is the man that has helped transform Liverpool Football Club under FSG and Jurgen Klopp's stewardship. And his contract is running out at the end of the season, and he isn't going to be extending it. Julian Ward has been shadowing Michael Edwards for the past, I don't know if it's 6 months or a year, but he's been shadowing Michael Edwards for a while, and Julian Ward will step up and take Michael Edwards' role at the end of the season when Michael Edwards moves on elsewhere. So the reason that we're talking about Michael Edwards, obviously, is today a story came out that said Michael Edwards is of interest to Real Madrid to come in and do a similar role at the Bernabeu. Interestingly, Newcastle wanted him for a similar role, and he rebuffed that quite quickly. But they believe that they can actually get Michael Edwards and bring him to Madrid because he hasn't rejected it out of hand yet, according to reports. So, look, we'll just wait and see what happens there. But we do know what a good man Michael Edwards is. So, yeah. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of Michael Edwards at Real Madrid because I don't like Real Madrid. You know, apart from the fact that I'd lean to Barcelona in that whole Spanish football thing, I just don't like the idea of him working under Florentino Perez. It just doesn't feel right for some reason. Right, what else have we got? What have we got? So, someone's birthday, is it? Jamie. Jamie, I gave you a shout out by the way yesterday. Jamie Rennie there in the chat. Always leaves such lovely comments on our videos and stuff like that. And when Connor's often sends them to me, I often see them, Jamie, when I'm reading through. And again, just want to say thank you because it doesn't go unnoticed, Jamie. It means a lot to us. And sometimes, you know, you might not believe this, but sometimes, you know, we have shitty days. And we look at these things and we realise, shit, there are people out there that genuinely care. So thank you, Jamie. Much appreciated. And whose birthday was it? Was it Matthew Lynch? Let me just see. Matthew Lynch. So it is your birthday, Matthew. Happy birthday, my man. Craig, if Bobby makes an appearance, could you sing Si Senor? Deal, Hayden. You've got my word, my man. If Bobby comes on, we'll burst out the Si Senor. By the way, for those that aren't aware, our members have got some new emojis to play around with as well. Connor has lashed in the goal one. What have we got? A new Mohamed Salah one and a Jude Bellingham one. So, you know, feel free to play around with them if you're a member. Craig, could you take over the finances? You don't want me near money, mate. Me and money don't go well together. Money burns a hole in my pocket. So, yeah. Rumours continue to circulate over a January move for Porto's Luis Diaz. I don't think he's good enough. Honestly, I've watched 8 to 10 games of Diaz at Porto. Some of them against us, some of them in the league, some of them in other Champions League games. I just don't see it. I see potential, but I just don't see it enough now. Look, if you want my opinion, and of course you probably do, which is why you're here, but the more I think about the Youri Tielemans situation, the more I think that Liverpool should make a move for him. He is in a similar position to Sadio Mane, to Bobby Firmino, to Mohamed Salah, in that his contract is running down. He's got about 18 months to go. He's been offered a new deal by Leicester City. That deal was offered to him last summer. Still hasn't signed it. And Leicester's position and the fact that they're probably not going to see Champions League football again next season, I'm starting to think maybe Youri Tielemans will be looking elsewhere. And usually I would dismiss out of hand any possibility of us going into Leicester to buy a player because they'd want a lot of money. Harvey Barnes, as an example, signed a new deal. If we were to go try buy him, astronomical fees. But I think with Youri Tielemans, there's a chance of getting a bargain there. And by bargain, I mean 35, 40 million quid for a midfielder who's still only 24 years of age, for a midfielder that is a pressing machine when he's on it, for a midfielder who could give us that little bit of something different, who likes the old worldy from outside the box, and a player who has continually progressed. I mean, 2 years ago, I remember being asked about Youri Tielemans and I was on the fence, but I've continued to watch this guy, and there was a great piece on Match of the Day the other day as well, after the 4-0 victory, where they just showed his work rate, his intensity, his pressing, his cleverness. And I just think Jurgen Klopp could work wonders with this guy. The fact that he's still only 24 years of age, it just feels to me like it would be an absolute bargain if we could do something there. Now, I'm not saying we're going to. I'm not saying that it's close to happening. I'm not saying that it's even in the offing. I'm just saying if I had my way, I think that that's a potential bargain there. Somebody Premier League proven as well, so let's wait and see what happens. But I'm not expecting too much business in January, if I'm being honest with you. There's been talk that the club are open to a Takumi Minamino type signing. I don't know what that means, by the way. Kind of under the radar, opportunistic, not a huge transfer fee. But look, we're just going to have to wait and see. It's the God's honest truth, because, you know, speaking to the lads at LFC transfer room on a regular basis and having access to their database and stuff like that of who's linked to who and how true each source is or how reliable each source is, I still don't know. It's the God's honest truth. But what I can say is, I think it's moving closer and closer to a time where we see Nat Phillips moving on for pastures new, which you kind of say with a heavy heart, because we all love Nat Phillips. But I think if we're being honest with ourselves as well, he probably isn't going to ever really break in to the Liverpool first team on a regular enough basis that he'll be happy with the amount of football that he's played. So it looks like, even though he's had a recent injury, that West Ham are still very interested in him. There's been talk about Newcastle as well, but I think if Liverpool could move him on for a fee that everyone's happy with, and look, that fee could be 10, 12, 15 million, I don't know what it is, but I think it would be a good move for him. And if I was him, I have to say I probably would take a look at West Ham, because they have a centre-back situation there at the minute where they've got some injuries. They are pushing and challenging for a European, possibly a Champions League spot. And I think that the West Ham fans would love him. So for me, if the opportunity comes around and he wants to move on to play football, as I always say, I'll never knock anybody for wanting to play football. So if he wants to move on and it's good for both parties, then why not? Why not? Real Madrid going to get Mbappe no matter what, said Heller. That's going to be really interesting, by the way, because that Champions League draw has just set up Real Madrid to shithouse PSG by trying to destabilise Mbappe, a player that they were probably already wanting to sign or very close to signing. But now, the fact that they know come March time, February, March time, they're going to have those fixtures against Real Madrid, you're just going to see the Spanish media bombard Mbappe stories. Trust me, watch this space. Nothing the Spanish media love more than to destabilise players by starting to talk about links to Real Madrid and Barcelona. So watch that happen a lot over the coming weeks. A lot of talk as well. A couple of people there in the chat asking about Zakaria. I don't know what the situation is with Borussia Mönchengladbach's Dennis Zakaria is. I don't know is the honest answer. I will try and find out for you. I've seen the links. I've read the links. But I don't know too much about the guy, so I'm not the right person here. But what I will do is, I will of course ask our friends at LFC Transfer Room for a bit of a rundown, and maybe the next time we speak with Chris, with Charlie, and with Jack, we'll have a chat about it and see what the lads think, because they're going to be far more up on that than I would. So I told you, I'll never lie to you. If I don't know much about a player, I'll be honest and say I don't know jack shit about him. Sabby said, hoodie looking nice. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I'm so fucking tired these days. And look, I'd love to tell you it's from working, but it's not. It's I've had a mad 3 days. And look, let me just start off this by saying I don't condone. Well, look, fuck, I do condone it, but I don't urge anybody to gamble. If you're not a gambler, stay away from it. Not for you, grand. I am. And I've had a pretty good 3 days. So I've worked my ass off over the last 3 days. And you're going to say, how'd you work your ass off betting? I did. I studied my ass off. I worked my ass off. And in the last 3 days, starting out with 100 quid, I've made €3,670. So I'm a very happy man right now. That's Christmas taken care of, and the trip to Lanzarote with the wife taken care of. Now I can relax and enjoy streams and enjoy the festive season, knowing that I actually have a few quid for once, which is nice because I'm sick of being broke. What about Karim Adeyemi? He's gone to Germany. I told you guys ages ago that he was going to go to Germany. I thought that maybe Bayern Munich was more likely, but I did say Dortmund was a possibility, and it looks like, if you go off reports in Germany, Dortmund is his next destination at Adeyemi. Which, look, if we're being really honest with ourselves, probably a good move for the lad. He's an undoubted talent. But yeah, probably a good move for the lad. I mean, shitty because I would have liked him, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would have liked him, but if we're being really honest with ourselves, probably is the right move for him. What have we got? Studying the form for bets is exhausting work. It is. And look, all of that money was made off either NFL or in-play football. And that's why I was talking about the watching things, looking at patterns, looking at percentages, looking at don't even get me into it. I'm already getting tired talking about it again. Anything up with Jude Bellingham? No, and there probably won't be. So I'm going to stay continually saying what I've always said. I think Bellingham ends up at Liverpool. But will it be next summer? Probably not. Probably will be the year after. So I think we're going to have to play the long game on Jude Bellingham. I still feel his next move after Borussia Dortmund will be to Liverpool. And look, I'll continually be called deluded for a year or so. That's all right. That's okay. I was told I was deluded about Canada. I was told I was deluded about Van Dijk. Just be patient, and we'll have our moments when it happens. There will be a massive fuck you video made by me to everyone that has called me deluded, and I look forward to it. But look, until then, I realise I'm in the minority. Many people don't believe it'll happen, and I hear it. I hear you. I understand it. But I'm right. That's all I'm saying. We should get Zlatan for what? To clean Hendo's boots? Nah, never. When is Curtis coming back? They're still... I know, this is unbelievable, but they're still waiting for the nod. Which is mad, because we were told, what, a week or two initially when it happened? And for those that aren't aware of what happened with Curtis Jones, it was a freak accident in training where somebody's hand brushed his eye and I don't want to say scratched his cornea, but certainly enough that Liverpool haven't been able to use Curtis Jones or utilise him, and they just want to make sure that everything's 100% because we're talking about a lad's vision. You know, he's got a life after football to live as well, so... Yeah, I understand that the club are being cautious. I respect it. But it still is frustrating when we as fans would like to see Curtis Jones. We'd love to see Harvey back playing because we know that these guys are the future of the club. So, yeah, look, they're doing the right thing. Let's be fair. They're doing the right thing, being cautious. And I'm sure Curtis Jones is absolutely chomping at the bit as well, dying to get back playing football. Off topic, but would you do a Real Madrid PSG watch along? Yes, I haven't looked at the dates of that game yet. If it's not on the same time as Liverpool one, or if it's on a different week, 100%. That's what I was saying about Twitch. I'm going to do what I'm going to call the Rivals watch-alongs. So I will be doing the big Champions League games on Twitch that aren't Liverpool. I will be doing, you know, Manchester United games, Manchester City games, Arsenal games, whatever other games I fancy each week on Twitch. So there is a link at the top of the live chat right now. If you haven't got over to give us a follow on Twitch, do turn the notifications on. That link at the top of the live chat now will bring you right there. You'll be able to click that follow button, and I will be live on Twitch at 7:45 tonight for the Manchester City game against Leeds, which should be an interesting game. So look, loads of stuff coming up, loads of it. Wait, what else have we got? PSG versus Madrid is at the same time as Sporting City. Well, I'll be doing the PSG Madrid game. No doubt about that. 100% be doing that game. Just followed, said Toast Legend. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Craig, where does the San Siro rank in your favourite stadiums? Oh, God, that's a great question. I have a question for you guys. And look, I could Google this and get the answer, but it's more fun if I just ask you guys. So, we know AC Milan and Inter Milan share the same stadium, the San Siro. But why is it called the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium when it's Inter and the San Siro when it's AC? Or have I picked up on this wrong? Why has it got two different names? I never understood that. But where is it? It's look, in regards to iconic football stadiums, it's, I don't know if it's top 3, but it's right up there. Be right up there. Be in the top 5, certainly. I mean, if you're thinking about, you've got to think of the Stadium of Light. You know, not the Sunderland Stadium of Light. I'm talking about the real Stadium of Light. You're talking about the Bombonera. Yeah, so many like iconic football stadiums around the world. But the San Siro, it's going to be sad when they move into the new one that they're building right beside it. But it's an iconic football stadium, the San Siro. It is. It's going to be sad to see it gone. But the good news for us is we get to go over and whoop the ass there again before. Just when we thought it was going to be finished, just when Kloppo thought he'd never got a chance to manage in the San Siro, now he's going to get a chance to do it twice because we already basically knocked AC Milan out. And next up, we're going to knock Inter Milan out. So, yeah. Actually, can I say something here? Little address to the United fans. So I was sent a couple of things from Twitter, because I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I was sent a couple of screenshots from Manchester United fans moaning about the Champions League draw and saying how it's fixed that they get difficult opponents. So they got the PSG in the first draw. That didn't happen. Obviously, we know UEFA shit the bed. They had to do the draw again. And they got drawn against Atletico Madrid. And they're crying a foul, some of the fans, saying how they always get the hard draw and how Liverpool got the easy draw and Manchester City got the easy draw and how everybody's getting difficult draws easy draws but United. Motherfuckers, we beat them home and away. We topped the group they were in. We whooped them in Atletico. We whooped them at Anfield. We topped the group. We tried our best to knock them out of the tournament for you. And it didn't happen. So stop moaning that you're being hard done by. Man up, strap on a pair of balls, and get yourself over there and beat them. Or shut the fuck up. One or the other. Because we made it look easy. And if you want to play with the big boys, if you want to be at the big boy table and look at yourselves as genuine Champions League contenders, then it shouldn't matter who you get. I wanted PSG. We'd have whooped them as well. So if United fans really believe that they can win the Champions League, you want to be licking your lips at the idea of going and knocking at Letty out and not whinging about it like little children. Leave it to the big boys. We'll do it for you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. Chelsea probably do fix it, to be honest. No, look, let's be fair. They got... Oh, like City got an easy enough draw, to be fair. Like, let's be honest. But at the end of the day, we all know City won't be winning the Champions League anyway. So eventually, they'll get knocked out, be it the quarters or the semis. So it is what it is. I wouldn't be too worried about it. And look, just a heads up again, a reminder that the away goals have been removed from the knockout stages of the Champions League now, so we don't have to worry about these things. Craig, what about Dybala? A lot of links. No, that won't happen. It looks like Dybala will sign a new deal at Juventus from what I read, but I mean, this is probably the 5th transfer window in a row. I remember Dybala being linked with moves to England. It's not going to happen, particularly to Liverpool. United fans thinking Ranić is the next Messiah because he's won 2 games, 1-0. Yeah, I know, bless. But look, leave them be, leave them be. I wonder will he be the Messiah if they don't get Champions League football next season and Ronaldo's looking for a move out. That's what I'm going to be sitting here with popcorn. But I tell you one thing, you know, regardless of whether we think Atletico Madrid is an easy draw or not, I don't envy Goldbridge or any of my other United supporting friends for having to sit through 2 legs of that complete shithouse of a team that is Atletico Madrid, because oh my god, I've never seen a team whinge and moan and bitch and cheat and roll around and try every tactic in the book to make up for their subpar football. So yeah, United fans, I don't envy you having to sit through 2 legs of it. They restarted the draw. City didn't get an easy enough draw. You said that already, Hayden. No need to be re-put or spamming the chat, my man. What do we got? Are City versus Leeds the only game on tonight? No, there's a game at 7:30, Daniel. Norwich Villa is on at 7:30. If I could meet one current football player and hang out with him for a day, who would it be? From any club? Oh God. That's a really good question. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 answers. I'll give you one from Liverpool and one from outside Liverpool. So from Liverpool, who would I like to hang out with for the day? From Bobby. Got to be Bobby. Has to be Bobby. Easy. Firmino. And if I could meet one other football player that isn't from Liverpool and hang out for the day, who would it be? Oh God, this is a difficult one. Generally, I don't know. I'm trying to get who's interesting enough that you'd have a fun day with. Let me see if there's any chat here. Kante is a good show. N'Golo Kante is a good show. He's a lovely guy, obviously. Nah, not Declan Rice. You mad? Declan, me, an Irish man, and you want me to spend the day with Declan? I was Irish and now I'm English. Rice? Yeah, no, that's not happening. Let me say. No, definitely isn't Ox, Chris. You can stop that nonsense first and foremost. Not Ronaldinho, because I don't want to get locked up. So I'm not spending the day with Ronaldinho. Are you mad? That'll be all kinds of fake passports. Who would I do it with? Oh, I know. Luis Suarez. Easy. Luis Suarez. There you go. I would love to shadow him for a day and see how he's getting on. So yeah, Luis Suarez for me. That'll be the one. Do I think we'll sign an attacker in January? It's possible. I don't think so, but it is possible. And I think if the right cheap option becomes available, maybe we do something. But for me, look, let's see how Divock gets on. Let's see how Takumi gets on. Bobby as well, Jota. I mean, we've options. We do have options. And the most important thing for me is that we finally get sorted out a date where the lads actually go off to the AFCON, because a load of this stuff's still up in the air. So we've seen, is Al Ali or one of the teams who are playing in the Club World Cup are trying to get the AFCON moved forward to start on January the 3rd. That's ridiculous. It's already scheduled like less than a month away. But yeah, clubs are still trying to fight with national governing bodies to see when or how late they can release the players. So we still don't even know when Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane are going to be going off. It's mad. It's so confusing at the minute. And then you add into that the new COVID variant and the fact that there's 42 positive tests or something like that in the Premier League this week, which is the most in, I think, the most this season. So yeah, it's I'm worried that maybe we're going to get back to a point where football is behind closed doors, because none of us want that stuff, particularly a fella like me who has tickets to go to a game in January, and I was already screwed out of another game because of COVID, and this is my second attempt at going over. So, and I've got non-reimbursable hotel as well for that one, and an expensive feckin' hotel as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that it doesn't go behind closed doors. But yeah, it's mad. Chris Defo does have pictures of Oxlade-Chamberlain in his room. I would go as far as to say that Chris probably gets his missus Izzy to wear an Oxlade-Chamberlain mask. Is that right, Chris? Come on, Chris. You can tell me. See, Andrew, this is where I'm happy to shout out somebody, mate, but if I shout out this name, it's most likely going to be somebody who is famous for the wrong reasons or is a porn star that I don't know about or something. So I'm happy to say hello to anybody. So in this case, it's Nadine McCorkle. But look, for all I know, Nadine McCorkle is famous for the wrong reasons or something. But if she is your mate, and she is genuinely your friend, which, look, I'm a boomer. I don't know half of this shit. Hello. I'm going to the Brentford game. So am I. That's the one Coast of Creations. I'm going for that game as well, mate. That's the game I'm down to go for. I've got the Hilton Hotel in Liverpool booked with my mates, non-refundable. We've got our flights booked. We've got our match tickets sorted. And yeah, I'm nervous about it as well. I'm in Lanzarote from the 6th to the 13th with my wife. First time in 15 years we've got a week away together without the kids. So looking forward to that. And then I'm back, and a couple of days later I'm over to Liverpool for the Brentford game. So I'm hoping and praying that I get to go to the game. Where are you sitting? I believe we're in the Cop. I'll have to ask my mate, but he's sorting out the tickets, but I think we're in the Cop. Either way, I'll be there, mask on, beanie hat on, full on undercover mode. Not like Paddy Murphy, by the way. Paddy's off visiting every stadium around the area and all. Not a single fuck given. I won't be that way. I'll be full on undercover, in and out, gone. What's your opinion about not considering Mo in the top 23 footballers? I need context for that, mate. Mohamed Salah is in the top 5 footballers in the world, no doubt. So if anybody doesn't have him in the top 23 footballers, then I'm sorry, they're deluded. And if we're talking about the recent Ballon d'Or and stuff, look, that was a shambles from start to finish. Have I ever thought of playing FPL? Oh, I'm in FPL leagues, mate. I'm in FPL creator leagues with KSI and Togden and Goldbridge and Togdad and Chris MD. And yeah, we've genuinely, I'm not joking, we do have a creator league in there, and there's 63 people in the league. I think I'm 18th, so I'm doing all right. I'm happy enough with that. Young lad, how are you, mate? Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leg it, but again, a reminder, tonight, 7:45 on Twitch. I'd really appreciate if you guys could come over, give us a follow and join me for the watch along, because if we can get the numbers up on Twitch, if we can do well for the 3 months we're on trial with the Twitch guys, we could have a whole new Anfield agenda moving forward, with possibly even a studio. So look, please do go over, let your friends know about us, spam everywhere, let them know Anfield agenda is going to be live on Twitch. And I hope to see you guys over there at 7:45 tonight. Shout out to our sponsors, Manscaped, as well. Don't forget you can get 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com using our discount code WFM20. And yeah, really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, and hope to see you for the watch along. It'll be another 2 hours of just you guys and me. Take care, lots of love, and I will talk to you soon.